together a film showing Uncle Frage and Aunt Mabel, and my mother and father, Jabe and Sue's, in Newfoundland in the early 60s. We're also going to be showing pictures of Aunt Margaret and Uncle Dick in Cornwall, New York, with my Uncle Jack and Aunt Villette, and my mother and father. Also the views we took in 1997 and the year 2000. We hope to get you this film by Christmas. We're here down by the United Methodist Church in Wilmington. We're going to show you 4 generations of butts who are built here and been here at the latest. It's the Wilmington Methodist Church. This last portrait was built by Paul and John Butt, with in attendance was Jack Frazier, Uncle Frazier's great-grandson. So the 4 generations were Frage, Paul, John, and Jack Frazier, 2 years old. We're now going down 62. I shouldn't be doing this while I'm driving, but just to give you an idea of what this looks like. We're passing the First Baptist Church. Now on the right is the library. We're still on 62. We just came off of Church Street and we're headed towards Route 93. This is a lot easier than I thought. Coming to a stoplight here. We're now on Middlesex Street, headed into North Wilmington, where we live. I hope this just gives you an idea of what it's like around here. Now headed down North Street, headed towards Pine Ridge Road. We'll be taking a left very soon. Right here. Ridge Road. And we'll be turning down Linda Road. Into our driveway. This is a dead end. Wait till Gwen sees this film. There we are. Welcome. Here we are on the way to Newfoundland. They just passed over, I believe it was the Bath, Maine Bridge. They stopped alongside the road and having a Newfie feast, I think. They started this trip in 1961. I think it was probably somewhere like September or October. And looking ahead, you're going to see how bad the roads were. Now this scene here, I think, is in St. Andrews in New Brunswick. I'm not sure. I'm just taking a guess. Mabel told us they stopped here. And there's a scene here that she also remembers where another car had broke down and Frasian Jabe had stopped to help the guy out. You can tell by the trunk that wasn't Frasier's car. There was no food, no pots, pans, or anything. Nobody can doubt what I'm saying, but I think they're in Nova Scotia now, just passed through Brazour, and they're headed for the Cabot Trail. And the only reason I'm saying that, later on, there's a scene saying, "Welcome to Newfoundland." At first I thought this was Grosse Moine, but like I say, they haven't come to Newfoundland yet. This here looks like part of Cape Breton. There we go. The ferry headed for Newfoundland. And as they're going, I think the first place they went to was St. John's. They never stopped to see Aunt Vange. I think this, the old horse here, my father probably thought that was old Charlie they used to have up at Freshwater in the garden. Now they're headed into St. John's, I believe, and the first place they stop at, I think, is at my cousin's parents' house, the Tricketts. His brother used to be a Mountie, and I think his father also was in the police force in St. John's, and I believe they also owned a store on Water Street or Fleet Street or somewhere like that. Sign said Alexander Bay Station. I checked the map and I couldn't find anything on the map about Alexander Bay. Wait till you see my father's shots of the picket fences around Uncle George and fresh water. You have to understand, this is the first time he's had a camera in his hand also. And I'm following his line, I guess. This is the first time I've had a camera in my hands. First time I put this tape together, I had an 8-hour tape and I ran out of tape at the end, so I have to retape it and cut scenes out, trying to get everything on an 8-hour tape. Mabel thinks this is one of the small ports south of Harbor Grace. You got me. That's my mother. And I believe that's my mother's sister from Flat Rock, who married a Trickett. That's David Trickett's brother and his wife. This is strictly a guess on my part. And also, I think they jump from house to house. Or maybe, I think this is George. No, it couldn't have been George and Vange. This is your guess, better than mine, much better than mine. This looks like young Max. Oh, excuse me, doesn't look like young Max. It's Max's father. This looks like my mother and Aunt Eve. I don't think I'll make any more comments from here on in. I don't know who these people are. The only one I recognize is young Max. This is back with the Trickets. And Ben Butt must know who my mother is with. She married a Tricket. That's Max, and his love for food is still there at an early age. Can't wait to get back and have Max with another big breakfast. Or see Max have another big breakfast. This is hard, trying to talk, trying to push buttons. My father looked like he never left. That's Jabez Butt. Must be the tolt where Gwen and I went up back in 1997. This is just like the old-fashioned movies. Everybody's got a cigarette in their mouth. There's the three of them. I think that's Aunt Sue leading. I think it's two Susies. Two Susies? Two Susannas? Anyone know where this is? That's the old pump outside of George's. If I could get the right names and the addresses, I would gladly retape this for you folks back in Newfoundland. Looks like a garden out behind Min's house, Min Kirby's. We had a party up there in 2000. Had a great time at that reunion. We got a sneaking idea that they headed for Salmon Cove. Salmon Cove. Salmon Cove? We're going to have a scene just ahead of this, I believe, of they call the militia out in Newfoundland. They think the Germans were coming ashore again. Gwen and I went back 1997 and the year 2000, and I could swear that you people in freshwater never saw white water. Every day it was mirror smooth. Except the first day we wound up there in the middle of a heavy rainstorm with high winds and heavy rain. Would you believe 40 years later I took a picture of the same cellar? You'll see that on a later tape. Just check the tape. That's Eddie Eastman, I believe. With all these knobs, I forgot to push buttons here. If I keep on stopping this tape like this, it's going to run out of tape again. Here's where the militia come out, I believe. Just checking the mic to see if it's working. I think this is the same train tracks that Woodrow pointed out to me back in 1997. So this must be Salmon Cove. This is the Lowe's. Roland and I believe Ann. I would say that's on my mother's side. I'm not sure. It's Aunt Mabel, my mother, Aunt Lo, and Roland. I guess it's safe being back in Boston when you people are watching this, and I want to hear all the little snickers about, oh, you got that wrong, that's not there. But I enjoy making this tape for you folks. I don't know if that's Harbor Grace. I think it's after this that when my father got home, he fixed a picket fence out in front of the house on Sheaf Street in Malden. Now, who is this girl? Boy, were they slow getting the militia out this time. Come on, Max. Get that dog around. Good job, Max. Aunt Margaret and my mother. They're in Cornwall, New York. My Aunt Follette, who was a Hudson. My father with his pipe. My Uncle Dick, who worked up at the New York Military Academy with the head of the place where he worked was John Marshall from Flat Rock. This is my cousin Burl and my brother Richard. This was always a wonderful place to go in the summertime. This is my Uncle Jack and Aunt Vallette, and Uncle Dick with his snake. It seemed like everybody was cautious. They didn't know they were going to have snakeskin for supper. This is my cousin Henry. Henry worked in Battle Creek, Michigan, and retired down in Arkansas. I think he since has had a heart problem, but as far as I know, he's doing okay. There's Uncle Jack swinging. There's my Aunt Vallette, up from Adams Cove. It's my cousin Burl, just recovered from a cancer operation, doing quite well. And this is the New York Military Academy. This is a very short film, by the way. My cousin Jean and her mother, and her first son, who just got married at 35. Her mother is in the hospital, the last I heard, this summer. She was doing well, but I have to call before Christmas. And this is the road up to West Point, up on the Hudson. And I don't know if that was John Marshall or not. I'm going to see if I can rewind. And this is just to see if anybody recognizes. Here we go on the start on our first street trip to Newfoundland. We're leaving Portland, Maine. And there's my sweetheart, hollering at me for some reason. Here's Gwen packing again, getting ready to head out of Port Basque.
You just
press.
and move it along around. And hear the
No,
tune.
not the red button. Press the red button again. Just like pan across if you want to the other side. Here's Connor Brook, where the Russells live.
Now I was looking for the picture.
You are on film. This is going to be shown all over New England.
I took a picture of Calvin and Tracy when we were here.
Yeah.
Now Calvin was how old in '76?
4.
Next stop is in Seal Cove to see Vange. I think the sign says Lassay up ahead. Here we come down into Lassay, into Seal Cove.
Exactly what to do with it.
I'm just practicing here.
Is it?
It's working.
Why wasn't it working? Do you know?
How do I know?
Chelsea, that's what I said. Chelsea looks like this.
Yeah.
Jenny is more like her father.
Yeah. She was named after my father. That's her brother. He's 9. And there's Charlie and his wife at the reception holding.
This is an overview of Seal Cove. They tell me this used to be very, very busy here. They still have the fish house. Marcy and them got a nice spot here.
Can you smile? Because we got to show it down Mabel. Yes, we got to show it down Mabel. Here, over here. Oh, you're just so cute. Can you look over at the camera? Look.
Posed, huh?
I don't think to Marcy.
Wishing you were here.
Yeah. Just go along, do your work.
I'm gonna go
No
on.
posing, no posing.
Posing.
No posing. Just finish.
Yeah.
They made me pose, look.
Mabel, we're gonna say we went down to see Marcy and Aunt Benj, and look at the mess we made. Will she get a kick out?
Final look at the road opposite Marcy's house. Audio problems. We have just got our audio system back and we're headed for Catalina after leaving Seal Cove with Marcy and Brian and Aunt Vange. Headed towards Catalina, crossing a body of water here that I don't know the name and the drop. Due to outside audio problems, we will not be broadcasting for the next few seconds. We're headed down Route 233 to Musgrave Town and next to Catalina. This is our first look out into Buena Vista Bay, just shot of Musgrave Town. And the noise that you hear in the background is Gwen still. We are now moving closer and closer to Catalina, and I have to say that Gwen is a joy to be with. The driving is excellent, and we'll be soon talking with Olga. This is our first view of the Atlantic Ocean. We're here in Caledonia, Catalina, and Gwen is doing her good job of cleaning the car. Visited Olga and Cyril. Now looking from East Point across to Catalina on a nice, clear, warm day. This is certainly beautiful country. Not at all like I pictured. I'm looking at scenes of fresh water. Cyril! Artie!
Look at that. And then he
And
was taking the kid.
we're looking for Laura. Laura, there she is. We got her. There she is.
I thought maybe it could be Olga wanting to tell me something.
Right.
So, but anyway, I said it was her uncle, so I told her this morning. Sure,
We
that's
finally
fine.
got Laura in a sitting position where she doesn't even notice the camera.
Here we are, leaving Catalina. We're in taking a picture of Buena Vista Bay, and we're on our way to Tickle Cove. And Ray and Cyril and Olga and Laura are in the car leaving. So I guess I'm just going to stay here in Buena Vista Bay. For me this time. Probably afraid I won't run after them.
Realize it, but I had the back of that seat on there for about 2 minutes in the car. I didn't know the camera was on.
That Gwen's parents are connected with. This is Red Cliffs, where the Clintons were parents came from, and a church.
That's where Roland and Jim are buried. Yeah, it's Red Cliff Cemetery.
Oh, it's not.
This is Tickle Cove, the land of the Russells, the start of the Russells, and our first look at Tickle Cove Pond. Where later today they're going to have dory races, I believe, and Gwen is excited.
Down. Cross the snow.
We go left or right?
Left.
Can't talk with my... But Cyril in the background. We're right on the Russell front porch, overlooking the bay or the cove. This would be the scene, other than the car, that Gwen's grandparents would have many years ago. Not too much has changed, as you can probably see. This is your inquisitive reporter signing on again. We're now recording the garden area that used to be behind the house. A long walk. Oh, in the background you can see the cemetery right about there. As we continue panning down towards the house, I'll be able to show you the path that led up from the house. You can now see the top of the house. So you can see every day they had this long walk to get up to a garden. Here's another area further up from the other garden where Cyril said that they go blueberry picking and plant some more crop up here for a hard winter's future. Now panning the bay again. This place is rugged looking but beautiful. Another view of the harbor, or the cove, headed back looking at the old Russell homestead. And Gwen's walking down towards her grandfather's stone a little bit up closer.
Jane Russell.
Robert Russell died July 20th, 1881, I think. 1891, 80 years old.
We're now looking at William and Elizabeth's gravestone. They died in the early 1900s and in the 20s. This is the third of 3 gravestones. This is Benjamin's gravestone. He died in the 1900s. This is an overview of the family plot, showing you the rest of the cemetery with Gwen, Audie, Lara, and
Tom Russell is grandfather, but if there is his because I haven't seen.
Another view of the cove going into Tickle Cove and the Russell house. This is Cousin Roland's house, looking back towards the grandfather's house and the 4 of them on the pathway.
See the 1904. When were you born? 1919. All right, I think he came in the spring. It was the 24th of December that he was born. Who was that? My dad.
Nothing has to be said for this little scene right here.
We heard that this place was bought by someone and they use it as a summer home. This is
This
St.
is a Bonaventure lighthouse we're looking at.
Not fun of
I don't know if you can see it, but from here there's an iceberg out there. Take my word for it. From here to switch drivers and get something to eat.
Where are we going?
With Shirley Potts singing in the background, we're headed to Carbonear, Freshwater, Flat Rock, Blow Me Down, and Broad Cove. Gwen is still driving. We just passed a hitchhike, and we're now panning Harbor Grace And crawl it. Now looking over the town of Carbonear as we continue on to Gwen's mother's place in Broad Cove. Another view of Carbonear as we pass by. And there have it. Yeah.
Go where it says to Salmon Cove.
Looking at the little church in Broad Cove, where Gwen's mother was born. This is as far north as we're going. We're going to turn around from here and head back to Carbonear. And here's Gwen, the perpetual driver. We are now in Mully's Cove, where June Homer's parents came from. Her mother came from. I've been corrected. And corrected. And corrected.
Here we are in Adams Cove, where more relatives came from. Aunt Paulette, Aunt Sadie, and Uncle Bill. They'd be thrilled to know I was here taking pictures.
Aunt Follette is the people we saw in Cornwall, New York, early.
That beep said Gwen's grandfather.
This is still Broad Cove. That's the church up by the
telephone. We're looking for the
pole.
town of Flat Rock. We have no idea where we are. We came across this home on top of a hill with Evely, and we continue to focus, I think, in the direction of fresh water. This is indeed rugged country compared to Marseille and the other areas we've been in.
There was one
This is
big
more what I
mistake being made by yours truly
thought
coming up.
Newfoundland was like. I think now we're over fresh water. We have just gone through Flat Rock, and this looks a lot more like a town that everybody is familiar with. Now we're trying to find a way to get out of here. Fresh water, and there's a headland sticking out here that, without directions or anything, I believe is what they call the head, where my parents, my father, all my uncles had.
Okay, everybody have a big laugh.
It certainly looks like what they would call the head. This is what they call the tolt. We're looking from Aunt Eve's backyard at the head.
Oh my God, come on, everybody, you got to hear. He was 69.
You're 1 foot in the grave.
He was 69 in April.
Serious? Well, I gotta say, you don't look.
And here's Max Jr.
Yours on it.
I'm raised up when he's sitting still.
Here's Max.
That's
When's-
Max's first cast.
Breakfast.
Again. I hope these come out so they're legible.
That was Raymond's other son, because he used to live there. But what was his name? Chris.
This is Clown's Cove.
His wife died there. And so he must
Flat rock in the distance. Beyond that, fresh water.
That's Fred's brother. Oh, all right.
Well, I guess I fooled a lot of people. This is what they call the head.
Well, it almost looks like a dog's head there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you won't get that much,
I wonder how many caught me on the other one. Up on the head, young Max in the foreground, looking over the cellar where they used to keep the vegetables. And out on the edge is where the house on the head was, where our parents grew up. And that's the tote. And on the other side of the tote, where you see that green spot, is Flat Rock, where Marv grew up. Looking towards Flat Rock, right about there. And the green spot coming down to the water's edge beyond the rocks is Blow Me Down. You can just barely make the outline of the path from Flat Rocks to Freshwater. Looking towards Carbonear. Look at Eve's house, Max, Linda, panning around. We did not find Pissin' Rock, but this looks like Shitting Rock. So I figured Pissin' Rock must be in one of this bunch. Path, this is the same path that has always been up here since the house on the head. A young Max was telling me that when he was young he would come down here on a bike, and we're in the Freshwater United
That
Church.
path you can remember from the
of
first scene when
Newfoundland.
they went up there in 1961.
Panning over to where grandfather always had a seat, and I imagine Uncle Jack, Jabe, Frage, Harold, everyone. The church was built in 1926 and it's still being used.
Look at me and you smile.
Tell me when you're ready. Are you ready? Yeah. This is Shallon. Shallon?
Shallon?
Shallon. A poet. An excellent poet since she was 4 years old.
He's taking all his time or not?
And she's right smart.
That is a view from the church.
Oh, Jason. You had 3 big mud trucks.
Jason, excuse yourself, Jason.
What do you have
We're having a
supper?
big meal of salmon up here. George's house.
No, that remind me of get any action.
We can get a doggy bag?
Yeah, sure.
That's no problem. Take your time. Would you like a cup of tea?
No, not right now.
All right.
That's there.
Young George and his house, and Gwen going into the house. And the boy and dog. We're back in the United Cemetery at Freshwater looking at my father's, mother and father's grave. I'm now panning from my grandfather and grandmother's grave to Aunt Mabel's parents' grave. Now panning down towards the church and Freshwater Pond, with the cemeteries in the back behind us. I'm in the old cemetery behind the Freshwater Church, where an Alfred Butt and a Teresa Butt have their gravestones. One died in 1897 and the other one died in 1911. I've come across the grave of two more butts in this old cemetery of two children that lived about 1 year. I have the two of you.
Yeah, you got the two. Get us right in there.
Yeah. Too late now, Gwen.
Well, you better come back.
That's
this
old
way.
Jim Penny. He looked as
Mr. Buck.
good in the year 2000 as he did in 1997.
Salmon Cove Sands.
Here's the Salmon Cove Sands.
Look way out there.
Yeah.
Now, is this one that's stuck?
It's stuck in the zone. You can go around over here, you know, and it goes out there.
Jim Penny and Gwen. Here we have Jim Penny showing Gwen his garden. I'll pan around his garden. He really stays busy. Turnips. Another row of turnips. Squash. And Gwen is really enjoying this trip.
So when do you put your guide? The soft drink in a minute, Papa.
Da-da-da-da-da, here's the barn.
Oh, my. That's the worst with these.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Are you swearing?
No, she's not.
We're at a Vaughn and Doug's camp. Small house in the woods.
I put Missy in the car.
Went by that time.
Ever see Vaughn? Oh, you'll get no supper.
Well, this was long, this oil.
What? No? I had them, Joe, they gave me, I know them, Joe. Paper serviette. And we're in the cemetery trying to take a picture of my grandfather's grave. Well, it looked like he was.
We are after a big meal, and Gwen is still talking.
And you should have heard on.
That's something you don't want.
But I think we ought to have some laugh when we look at that movie. No, this is my girlfriend.
I suppose.
She thinks she got a gun or something there.
Guess what this kitten's name is?
What?
Puss.
Puss. His name is Puss.
Yeah, Pussy.
Come here. I think we should give her a name.
You don't even have to come back here.
I hope. Oh, that's what, look at, that's what Ann said, that we should keep
Eve,
from Uncle George.
get your hand down, will you?
That's right, yeah. No, I'm not.
This is in the back of Aunt Eve's house with Max. And we'll show you his cabinets he's building.
You can take the mirror directly out there, you'll see yourself.
These are curio cabinets. One wood, one glass and white, and this is the last one he's working on. This is just a start. And I'll pan around his workshop and it'll look just like Uncle Frazier's shop out in the garage.
As you can tell, we're down in St. John's. I'm going to give everybody a break because I'm not going to show all of the celebration on the parade grounds. Beautiful shot up here.
Yes, yeah. They weren't originally.
We just missed about 2 minutes of parading around while I was waiting for that cannon to fire, and they never fired it.
Nashua do you live?
This is Min Kirby's house down at Clowns Cove.
Yes, we live.
The ceilings haven't changed, and what I'm showing is things that have not changed since Min lived here. This is Linda's house now.
The house from Pike down below us.
We're looking at Clowns Cove from Min's house, what used to be Min's house, towards the head. And towards Uncle George's house.
Yes, you only have the deck. These windows have been out. That has not. Anytime you see these glass windows.
The smaller windows with the pane.
Yeah, and the old shed there now. You get the old shed because I think the old shed is in it.
Oh, that's part of the
Yeah.
That's falling down. The old shed.
Yeah. Oh, you'll love that. Yes. Love to see that. So that's what we'll plan to do Saturday. That will take long to do it. Flat rock.
This is the view Aunt Eve has every single day, every single hour,
every stick over there.
every single minute, every single second.
The only difference is Gwen is out there now.
Here we are, as you can see, entering into fresh water. Beautiful, beautiful view.
There's a rock down there with a bird on it.
Oh. This is not going to be good because
I can't imagine driving this road with no railing, no lights. Mabel was telling us that back in the 60s, Max came down at Uncle Fraser
Here she is.
pitch
eating
black.
cake.
It looked like he was going to run him off the road.
I've had yet.
Aunt Mabel said she was
There's the
scared.
head. There's the mouth.
Frightened.
Eating capelin. She can't say enough.
I have no time to talk. Eating cake. Look at him.
He said no, he'll get a picture later.
Cabernet Plains. Now we're out with Parsons on his boat, going up to Salmon Cove and coming back. Looking at Cabernet.
While aboard the Island Princess, take in the many noteworthy sights.
There's a Tolt. Freshwater on the left. Flat Rock. Up on that hill used to be the school and the church.
Directly at Wilmington, where the Kirby's were in the left-hand corner. There are 3 families. And I'm heading back to Freshwater. across Flat Rock. Family Eagley is up on the top of the hill now. By the Cop's store. The old school. Somewhere on the side of this place is what they used to call Longshore Path. They say in a horse or wagon to go between here and fresh water. Later on, people can walk. But today, somewhere up there, there's just an outline. Probably the outline is right through here. Over the face of this cliff, it's a clown skull. They must have walked down this steep slope to this path. Through it, all these rocks slid off the hill. Longer view of Flat Rock. Down the Longshore Path. Clown Skull. Freshwater church up there. And across. Just about where Uncle George is. This is a view of Tavernier Island. This is sailing into freshwater. Whoops! This went alongside Tavernier Island is Mandeer Island. And over. Whoops!
Are you picture being taken?
Are you pushing the red button?
There's a red light on.
Everything working?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Who's with her?
That's Max's house up there. Yeah, we can't identify who's on the porch. It's on Eve, is it?
No, that's on Eve. I should try to get a picture of her from here.
I'm in Flat Rocks, looking down on a plain lower hill where I presume
Now we're walking on the same place that we looked at from the boat.
Cove, or a place called the Bucket. I've moved over to the right, closer to the fresh water, looking at this cellar. The rocks that you see are former homes they made up Flat Rock. And now panning up towards Max and Bill Evely. This is Henry and Benjamin's house. Looking down a path that took us down to Gooseberry Cove, panning across to where Bill thinks grandfather lived. Now looking down front road under the cliff over the Longshore Path down to, not down the Longshore Road, it's a Longshore Path. Now swinging up from Flat Rock over the path that goes to Blow Me Down. Directly behind me, I think, is where the church and the school were located, even though Bill Everly says it's up further. You see Bill and Max up ahead. I'll pan down into what I think is the foundation to the church and the school. I would believe that they would have it up on a high plateau where everybody could see it. This is up high above the village, or the outpost of Flat Rock. I'll pan a little further. You can see the faint outline of the road going around the cliff, down behind the Tolt, and becomes Longshore Path in the distance. Further up the road to Blow Me Down. Wrong again. Bill tells me this is the schoolhouse. 2-story building where he went to school. The church also. I'm now turning around. I'm going to pick up the path below the school that went into Blow Me Down, around the bend. We're now on what they call Blow Me Down Hill.
Blow me up.
Blow me up. I'll pan up to where the church was, up on top of the hill, on the school. Still on the path to Blow Me Down. You can see a hawk in the background, a couple of goats. Up and Blow Me Down, I think I'm behind the Kirby's house. There's 3 of them. William, John, I think it was Joe. I'm panning from the pasture towards where the goats. You can see Will and Max in the distance. Now I'm panning back down to the foundations of 3 houses. One of them I hope is where Aunt Mabel used to be at. I'm looking out into the distance now. Heading back towards Flat Rock and fresh water. I can see the path in the distance. Goats are on the move. I have an idea it might be the orange shirt I got on. Don't have to describe anything here. Flat Rock is pretty big. Runs from
Lying down there was a
people in the distance.
newborn colt, I believe.
Along here. And somewhere over here, Aunt Eve lived. We're looking at one of the cells. I don't know if we can get very much. This is a flat rock.
Now at the entrance, see if we can pick
This is almost the same shot that my father took back in the early 1960s. Unbelievable.
For the goats to get down here.
Looking down the path to fresh water. Gwen's walking up the path, and now I'm going to pan over to Longshore Path and fresh water in the distance. Here we're looking up towards Blow Me Down, which I hope is still on the camera. We had a problem a couple of days ago trying to run the camera and wiped out quite a bit of stuff. One more look at Carbonear Island. Painting the two houses that we were looking at. Through Clown's Cove, up to Tolt and Longshore Path. And this is the view we would have from the house. This is up to the head. Clown's Cove is to the left. The freshwater bay. Carbonear Island. Right down where that car is Max's house. And the church.
So you had a good week?
Oh, we had a wonderful week. Wonderful.
Yeah, oh God.
We're back in Salmon Cove, getting ready, making our last visits. Here comes Wood.
Here's Woodward.
Okay.
I don't know, is it taken?
Push the red button again.
Pushing, I got the
Push
red
it.
button on.
No, push it again.
It's the same one. I had that one done.
Yeah.
I come across the negative, and I got it done. Then Ray was up here, so Ray seen it, and then he wanted a picture. So I let him do all the picture. Next thing you know, it's gone on down the line.
That's right, yeah.
With 100 pictures, right?
Yeah.
That's the worst about doing pictures, right?
Yeah. The last day in freshwater, Gwen is packing the back of the car, and I'm panning into Uncle George's house. He's sound asleep. He's got his last treatment, and he has to wait another month. But he looks good.
Here comes Belinda with a new car up the hill. She succeeds this time. But you can hear the engine knocking. No?
Doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
It's running. It's like run out.
Well, you just said the battery was still going.
Yes. It's overlooking Carbonaire Island from the fences of Carbonaire when the French were fighting the English. This is Carbonaire itself. The hospital in the distance where Ben Butt and George Butt live. From here on in, we'll be showing the road from Carbonaire to Freshwater. Very picturesque. Who that was? Linda.
It wasn't Linda. We're now entering the community of Freshwater.
In the distance is the head. Always the head.
You want to take a picture of that house?
I am taking a picture of that house.
You want to go in there?
No. Okay, yeah. This house is a possibility. Just overlooking
This was almost a Wilmington Butts house,
Mac's house.
but it was kind of tough
Sound. I mean, the cold.
to take care of this house, the one in Wilmington,
Rode up to Mac's at
at the same time. But it was a beautiful location, right across from Freshwater. It's a little cove.
We're now headed
Right
up
across
towards
from Mac's.
Uncle George's. Don't mind that noise. If she's... There's George's house right there.
Back to Boston.
Here we
That's,
down. Duggan and
Norman-
Vaughn's getting ready to go
Doug.
to St. Mary's Cape. Watch the
at Norman
birdies.
Cove. And this time the camera's working. Here comes our travel guide. We're going down to St. Mary's Bird Sanctuary today. Here's Gwen. She's going to be driving today. Here comes our tour director, assistant, and Missy. This is the wild cat of the north, Twissy. Right now she's stalking something in her sleep. Looking at the boss behind this dog
The brains
and
behind
Yvonne
the
syndicate.
That's true.
So this opens. This comes
that
down and
turns down,
opens.
yeah.
And this is their home away from home.
You sleep.
Now at Norman's Cove, trying to get a quick view of Norman's Cove.
We are on the highway headed to Argentia. Get the ferry to Nova Scotia. Mr. Button is there driving.
Speak up.
And in front of us is Doug and Yvonne.
It's Missy. Sound asleep.
Yvonne and Missy has just joined us. Missy's taking a little nap here. And Gwen's taking a little nap. The two of them are napping together. Whoops, Missy came away. Now we're down at the St. Here we have the famous Bake Apple, or Cloudberry. And Gwen loves this Bake Apple jam. There's another butt.
We're at the St. Mary's Bird Sanctuary. There's that white cliff in the distance in the water. It's loaded with birds. What kind? I don't know. Right now I'm getting dizzy from the high heights. Whoops! The Gwen bird. What kind of birds are these?
Gannets.
Gannets.
I've never heard before. It's anyway.
There's thousands of birds here.
Oh, there's another bird.
Oh, babies don't even have feathers. Here, the cookies go mother birds. They float around and come back.
These are what they call kittiwakes.
Look at them all the way down here.
We're starting to leave St. Mary's Cape now. There's quite a few minutes of pictures taken, and I eliminated most of them. So you won't be bored.
Look at she little head. Look at she little tail.
You can only see us.
That's how our granddaughter Lindsay would say when she saw these the sheep.
He's got the bathroom. Oh.
In the bathroom he's going?
You got to come in.
Oh.
Oh my.
There was a lot of scenes of my pants and my shirt and my shoes in this, but I've cut out most of them.
Go on, he's gone.
This is another, I think, Flat Rock cousin that we bumped into. I don't think it was accidental. I think Yvonne and Doug set this up.
Don't ruin for.
I have another cousin, Nina. That was Morley. And we are now driving through beautiful Pictou County in Nova Scotia. We couldn't photograph yesterday coming across the ferry from Newfoundland.
Off the rock, and now we're in Nova Scotia.
A lot of rain, Cape Breton. We're now looking towards New Glasgow. Now looking over Northumberland Strait towards Prince Edward Island.
3 years later, we took the ferry coming back. Took the bridge going over to PEI. Had a great time with Paul and Donna.
All we're seeing now is bales of hay. Must be getting close to the fall of the year up here. We're in the town of Tatamagouche. Taking a picture of the town of Tatamagouche because I like the name. Tatamagouche.
246 goes.
Here we are driving through Nova Scotia with Gwen driving and the scenery behind her. Doing an excellent job. I have to hand it to her. This is the last day of our vacation to Newfoundland, and it has resulted into Gwen. I hate to tell you how many of these drinks she's had. Notice how this drink never falls down. Look at her. She's stoned. She's bombed.
Oh.
Look at her. She can't get that. She's so bad she can't get the drink up to her mouth.
God, he's so bad.
She's trying again.
Well, the bells are all ringing, the clergyman singing, as up to the altars the couples to go. Said an unmarried mother to her handsome young lover, turned down to her date, but with all Lord sending us monthly reminders. In the blue sky, there's leaving on your mind.
That's Rita McNeil singing on the radio. Famous in Nova Scotia. Love her voice. It's quaint. That's all I can say for it. I think this is the same pier that was shown in the 1961 film that
This
my
is
mother,
just a quick
my
view
father and my mother
in
and
Upper
Fraser
Maine
Mabel.
to show you what kind of weather we've been driving
Shown.
through. We are on Maine's scenic highway between Cherryfield and Ellsworth, and I'm playing with this camera again, trying to get this thing to zoom in. Oops! As you can see, it's very foggy and we can't see a thing. Here we are at Booth Bay Harbor. Look at the boats. Now what is this? Look at all this, gee.
Oh, sure. Make it look like I ate it all.
It's on. Yeah, Booth Bay Harbor. Beautiful view of Booth Bay. Except for one thing. Look at the pile of food this girl has put away.
Number 14.
There's another angle on what she put away. The swing bridge, Booth Bay Harbor, to let a little sailboat out.
We're leaving now. And Ray's got his finger on some of the old button.
Take it. Go over there. Now hit the red button.
Oh yeah, it's got a little
Where the street?
square. Here we are, driving up a little street in Bar Harbor.
Okay, hit the red button once.
Nothing happened. It didn't beep twice.
Shut off. Hit it again.
We finally made it home to 28 Linda Road, Wilmington. That's Rebecca, the cat. Isn't that cute?
The concerns of seniors. For information on upcoming free seminars by Richard,
This is us getting ready for Newfoundland. And at the same time showing you the kitchen, the living room and the kitchen.
Honey,
And here's my little boss. Mad because there's a mess in the kitchen. There we go.
wanna look in the mirror,
Here's the dog that I always wanted.
and this is the wife you wanted.
This is Rachel, one of two animals.
For Lauren, because Jack has a lot of boy cousins.
We're now down at Aunt Mabel's house in Wilmington, and we're going to pan around the living room to where Aunt Mabel is. And Aunt Mabel has a few words for the Newfies up in Newfoundland. Here's Aunt Mabel.
Hello, everybody. Wish I could be there. I hope you enjoy the celebration.
Anybody in particular you want to say hello to?
Hello,
Who were the people?
Linda and Max. And who else is there?
Lloyd and his wife.
Are you going to see them?
Yes,
Lloyd,
we hope
his
so.
wife.
And
Would
Aunt
Andrew
Ange.
and Lizzie see you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, Andrew and Lizzie. Wish I could see you.
Oh, that would be
And
so nice.
Susie.
Yes.
Yes.
Susie and her
All the
family.
kids.
Yeah. Well, good luck, all of you.
Well,
Hey, shut her
I
off.
just. And how would they?
We're now in the den where one of the boat models that Uncle Frage built. It's called the Mabel from Blow Me Down.
Oh, the box.
We went up there one.
We're back in the living room at Aunt Mabel's, and we're panning over to Aunt Mabel again. She has some more words to say about people back in Newfoundland. And here's Aunt Mabel now.
Hello, Ann and Calvin. It was nice talking to you. I wish I could come down and see you, but I just don't. Be too much right now, I think. So enjoy the company and the celebrations. And yeah, say hello to your family. So I'll say hello to Vange.
Okay. This is Rachel, and over here
That's Rebecca.
I think it's important to look at context. It's important to remember as well, too, it was a different era. There was a Cold War in the 1970s. I believe very firmly that the military had to be our
first time she's ever had a picture taken.
This is Rachel.
In the 1980s, we had big...
Here we are in Paul's Ford. Paul's been driving since we started. We're maybe half an hour away from Calais and Andrew.
Right.
It's been a rainy day, so a good trip. We're getting ready to head to Nova Scotia. Looks like it's starting to clear up. Here we are, in a car, on a bridge. Everything's jammed up, stopped.
Okay, looks like we're recording. 2:36:57 p.m. Coming into PEI. Our flight is a little late, but we're going to make a landing shortly. Coming in to a headwind. What do you think, Glenn? You sick yet?
Did you hit the button?
Oh, you want me to stop?
Well, I
Do in the background.
This too is Gwen. Yeah, we had somebody yelling at us from the rear. She disappeared. Here's the picture. Here you are. Send it on.
Nova Scotia from the first time the sun's been out.
first sight of Newfoundland in the distance. Paul with the cap on. Coming into Port aux Basques now. On the way back, we spent the whole day in this town. Not much in there.
This is Catherine's Hotel, the first one we stayed at.
Nanny!
With the Zoom on that thing? It is, but I don't know how to work it.
Yes. We're still going, hon.
There's Gwen. First, we made a stop in Corner Brook.
I want to check this lens out, see if it's any better. Look at that for a second.
Here we are in Grossmont Park.
Valley, Deer Lake, up in Newfoundland. Signing off. Bumble.
Same route as the road does today.
I'm photographing this thing.
When all the ice melted, Burridge Gulch was left as a hanging valley, opening high on the main valley wall. You can spot other hanging valleys as you explore the park, especially in the St. Paul's Inlet and western Griffith ponds.
Enjoying a great trip so far.
Deer Lake looking over a
degrees.
We're looking over Trout River Pond.
Trout River Pond.
We have a guided boat tour, but we're trying to get it in later because we're pressed for time. Gwen's hungry.
I can't go any more to the right because the sun is shining, but this is absolutely gorgeous. You never saw a more beautiful spot.
That was just a microphone dropping out of my hand. I am taking a picture of a lake in Newfoundland on the way to in the lake. We should be in Carbonear in approximately 37 minutes. Glad to see everybody. Signing off. And we're getting ready to go out to Fong's or John's. And not for Chinese food. A miserable day, but I think a start to a great time.
Compared to yesterday, Tuesday is a beautiful day with the sun coming up, looking out towards fresh water from Carbonear Motel.
Most of our traveling was in bad weather.
As we're taking this picture right now, Belinda might be coming into the window. We don't know what time she's going to be here, but she said she'd be here in the morning before work. It's Gwen, my true beloved.
This time, through the generosity of the Carbonear Hospital, we got a house. There's our mover. We had to hire a mover. And ladies and gentlemen, these are our interior decorators. You could tell they're lining up their work to do.
We're looking for the washer and the dryer.
Here we are at Paul's mother's aunt, Margaret.
Just never stopped.
With another Max.
There's Paul meeting his aunt, Aunt Margaret.
This is my wife Donna. Yeah. Marjorie, snap a few.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Yeah,
yours
just
works.
press the button and it works automatically.
Is it rewind and everything?
No, just press that little button on the. You got it right there.
And all the wrinkles in my face.
You want to say something to Aunt Mabel?
Or nothing happened.
You get up with it.
He's drawing.
David,
Big smile.
you're going to be on TV when we get back home.
You don't have to explain who that is, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're
This
having
is
a heck
Aunt
of a trip, I'll
Marge's
tell you.
grandson.
You had a lovely trip.
We've been on the road 6 days.
Yeah, look, take one apart.
Oh, this is great.
Nice.
We had David and David Roberts came here.
He did?
A couple of years ago, right? And he had one of those movie cameras, right?
Oh, yeah.
So he was taking it
Oh,
for
yes,
Floss.
he had a movie camera. You know,
Yeah.
Floss and Ed.
Yeah, and I was getting ready to go to a wedding.
Oh,
Yeah,
what a
and they
good...
got me talking on the
The movie camera.
movie camera.
That's good.
Go pick him up, and then he'll get his own car. And he'll be all set.
This is the organ that belonged to
what's
the
your,
Kirby household
agenda?
that Joan
You're going
remembers.
to some kind of
When she was
reunion
a
down
little
in
girl.
When she was
Having some kind of a con-
Is he alive?
no one's
No, no,
alive.
no,
No.
No, the only one that's down there that's still alive
it's
is Vange. And she lives in Shoe Cove.
Mabel, this is the old house how it looked years ago when you were here.
Yeah.
Very nice.
No?
Does anyone know you're here?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Were you speaking to Lorraine or
I got
anything?
a phone number.
No,
Get that
Lorenz
hand down, Aunt
Fort
Margaret.
Blandford, right?
I got
Now, I don't know the details, but I think they
David
did sell their house
Squilinatus.
in St. John's.
Yeah, they have,
So they are now
Next
permanently
to
settled, yeah.
Yeah. I gotta try and look them up on the way by,
Yeah.
back or something.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna call Ann.
Yes, to find out when it's convenient
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
This is the road down to Water Street, panning around in the driveway. And this is the church that Don Kirby goes through over there. House. Paul's telling me this used to be dirt. They're in there having a great time. I came out to take this picture for Aunt Mabel.
He turns 90.
In September.
Yeah.
You should be 90 now, Anne will be 90 in September.
Yeah.
And then Floss is Floss is older than you, 86.
No, Floss is a year younger than I am.
A year younger.
No, I'm in. She's in.
I don't know about that.
I'll be
See,
85.
that's the way she does it too.
Cool.
Sis is man. That's the way I gotta teach you.
And so is Neil.
No kidding.
Pardon me, I'm coming in for...
A man comes off of work and needs all
Seal
that.
flipper. It's the flipper of the seal.
That's okay.
That's a man-sized nail.
Unless you're stuck, this is where we're trying to
Yeah. I'll stop it. There'll be an REC up there.
Yeah, it says REC now.
you're recording.
And where are we going? We just left Aunt Marge's house. And we're headed down to Carbonear Plains onto, what's the name of that place? Blow Me Down. We're following Paul's cousin Max, and Paul and Donna are driving with him. We just had a very nice visit.
This here is kind of going a different way.
Okay, we are now driving down Carbonear Plains. This is where Maxine lives, Uncle George's daughter. Do you still want more, or do you want me to shut it off?
Okay, just hit it once. Here they are, headed for Blow Me Down. Keep on going, Gwen. Here we are. Probably a little beyond Blow Me Down, looking back towards Flat Rock, Freshwater, and the Tolt. Now we're down in Salmon Cove. Here we are in Salmon Cove. Beautiful beach. Dark sand. Coming in for a close-up. There's Paul
Cal and Woodrow, reminiscing.
You know what that's like. He'll be 90 years old now.
They got a picture of the front of the store while Woodrow's answering the phone. He said everybody seems to be okay.
You know, another one wouldn't blow me down.
Okay, she's going to hear this now. Say something to Mabel like you want her to hear.
I'm not saying nothing. I just I'd like to see her or anything like that. I'd like to see her. Fish come down and he was all at home, yeah. Fish, and he'd gone. And when I heard he was dead, and I couldn't hardly believe it.
Yeah, he went quick. He went quick.
Yeah.
Another windy day in fresh water, right beside the church, swinging over up the road to the head. Panning around. Here we go. Up to where Paul and Donna and his men by the church.
Where's Minnie's?
We can't go anyway without Belinda showing up. There she goes.
Practice on that tree.
It was almost like the same scene we
Cat's name is
saw
Puss.
back in 1997.
Outgrown herself now.
The man with the hawk on his shirt's Max, otherwise known as Big Max.
Which bald head you looking at?
And we got Ann,
Is this a
Bashel.
video is going to
It's
resurface in 40
amazing,
years' time?
amazing what a camera does to people. Amateur photographers now checking the camera
There's
out.
Cal over in the corner.
There's no more pictures in it.
And there's two golfers sitting over
Do
here.
that all day.
We'll have the camera out tomorrow, analyze them. Evidence.
Evidence. Get a picture. It's lit up.
What do you know of us?
He's taking a picture of you.
But geez, that must be no camera.
And the camera. Come on, now let's move out the door. Out in the living room, I said, getting dark, I can't see it. I gotta start passing out candles. I said to Maxine, I'm gonna have to take down the lights.
The party's starting to liven up.
I'm
Liven
gonna take
up.
the lights out of Chandler and stick candles up there. That's the only thing I
There
know.
you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the Newfoundland Open, Paul Butt going for a birdie.
Too bad, Paul. That putt that you sunk about the same distance has been wiped out.
Well, Oaks.
This was a beautiful day here.
Here we are on the 8th hole. Match is all even. We're working hard. We're sweating. This is very difficult work. I hope the women are, not working too hard. And yes, George says he hopes the women are very appreciative. This is the hole that the gentlemen on the 8th hole are aiming at. They're talking over strategy. Mighty George Butt. Did you hear what he said? Oh my word. Paul Butt is on the tee, 158 yards, hitting a sand wedge. Paul is a very deliberate person, especially after the bear, the other bear, and another bear.
Calvin, this is for posterity, so make it good. Where the hell are you? I don't even see you. Oh yeah, there you are. Okay, Cal. All the tea in China. Nice swing. Leaking a little left. In the sand trap. On the beach. On the beach in Newfoundland.
Come on, Ray.
Ray Ray Butt is ready, walking up, thinking over his choice of club here, reaches in for his ball and his tee.
Do I have the nerve to drop my pants? No.
He already has one closest to the pin on the par 3s, and he's going after another one. He's gonna hit, what are you hitting here? 7? 8 iron? You gotta hit it hard. You gotta flush this thing. 8 iron. This is a good swing, ladies and gentlemen. And what's the commentary? Short and right?
Yeah.
All right, off we go. All right, off.
You know, this is the last hole, and Cal Ash and myself have got this one, but I'm laying out this 9th hole to show you how very difficult it is.
Don't stand there. You might be in danger.
George took a terrific swing.
Didn't get the green though.
I think he made the green. There comes the ball. Ball's up short. Front ball from Wilmington, playing the Newfoundland Open. Strikes the ball. Oh, the fans are roaring.
Okay, here we are. 9th hole. No, not the 9th. What is this?
Anything. You don't drink anything.
Ray is paying for the beer. Thanks, Ray.
There you go.
Any change of that?
5.
Anybody got a buck that I can borrow to give the girl a tip? What's that? That's one buck. That's a buck. I'll give it. Hey, it's a little one. The other one. What did I give you?
Yeah, that's...
You gave me 20 and I gave you back 6 because it was 14.
It's day one of the Freshwater Festival. Get ready with the pea soup and the sandwich. Where? There we go, Ken. Paul and Donna's chicken. And over with the one son and all the necessary papers. Now panning around the room. Ted's butt. Another cousin. Any words for admin?
Wish you could be here. We're having a great time.
We're talking now with Andrew Carson. This is for Mabel Kirby. Now, Mabel Kirby Butt. When I put the camera on these people, all of a sudden they shut up.
Oh, Jesus, don't stop.
There you go.
Don't tell me it's on. Don't tell me it's on, right? It's not on.
Yes.
Don't stop.
Oh,
It's on.
oh, crud.
Your what? Crud?
You want to come down and I'll sleep in there.
Say hello to Aunt Mabel.
Hi, Aunt Mabel. How you doing? So
Now it's on.
I can see it.
Hi, Aunt Mabel.
Tell her we got our Christmas card.
We got your Christmas card.
And who's this? This is the talented...
Who's the piano player, that one?
Who?
That's the
Kelsey.
piano
Say
player.
it louder.
Kelsey.
Hi, I'm Aunt
Oh,
Mabel.
this is don't
Hi.
shoot the piano player.
Again?
Hold up, now is it?
Say
hello to Aunt Mabel.
wait, go. Hi.
Arch,
Hi.
how are ya? This is Judge Butt the Third.
This is George Frederick Leader.
Because I'm Hibernia, that probably could have done a lot better.
Just like
This is Aunt Ann showing Donna. When I put the camera on these people, all of a sudden they shut up.
Oh, Jesus, don't stop.
There you go.
Don't tell me it's on. Don't tell me it's on, right? It's not.
Yes,
Don't stop.
Oh,
it's on.
oh, crud.
You what? Crud?
They want to come down and they'll sleep in there.
Darn.
Say hello to Aunt Mabel.
Hi, Aunt Mabel. How you doing?
Now it's on.
I can see it.
Hi, Aunt Mabel.
Tell her we got our Christmas card.
We got your Christmas card.
And who's this? This is the talented...
Who's the piano player, that one?
Who?
That's
Kelsey.
the piano
Say
player.
it louder.
Kelsey.
Hi, I'm Aunt
Oh,
Mabel.
this is don't
Hi.
shoot the piano player.
Again?
Hold up, now is it?
Say
hello to Aunt Mabel.
wait, go. Hi.
Arch,
Hi.
how are ya? This is Judge Butt the Third.
This is George Frederick Leader.
Because I'm Hibernia, that probably could have done a lot better.
just like
This is Aunt Ann showing Donna pictures.
From our conversation.
We're now in St. John's
Quite well.
on Ann,
And then they had a
Feeling that
but another
Now I can
section has been wiped out accidentally.
appreciation.
kind of a
Anything they got would be like found.
Looking out to St. John's. I
Just
tried to
got
get
through
there
looking
when
at
the
St.
schooner
John's
went
through the
by.
Narrows.
But as you can see, the schooner has gone off into the distance. Now I got to head back up. I have to head back up these many, many steps. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I have to give it a try because there's a meal at the other end. This is what they call Elephant's Head, off of St. John, headed north.
Don't believe that one. I just made that
Look
up.
at this. People jogging down this thing. Trying to make me look bad. And the lighthouse. People think I'm doing this for the artistic beauty. I'm trying to catch my breath. Back to Carbonear. But this is St. John's, big, big city. A little similar to Boston. Just past the parade grounds, and there's the harbor itself. And there's Signal Hill. Look at these lazy people just riding around in a car. And the Carbonear Motel, otherwise known as the Butts Motel. We were just down to the Butts Variety Store. Got gas at the Butts gas station. Drove by the Butts boat store. And went to St. John's. Now we're up on the porch, entering the front door of this rather cheap motel. And what we see here is the kitchen in this cheap motel called the Butts Motel. And the dining room area. Here we go now into the living room area where our former interior decorators were working. Now look what they did. They seem to think that it's Christmas time. And here are the interior decorators taking a coffee break.
Yeah, he was very, very long.
Now we'll take you to the bathroom.
Oh no. Don't go in my room, please. Don't go in our bedroom.
This is the stairs going upstairs to 3 bedrooms.
All those nice people that we haven't
we
met
only-
yet.
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen who are viewing this, on the road again, George is taking us on a tour of the Upper Peninsula, looking at burnt pike. Here we are looking at Bacaloo.
Ray, give me a smile.
Put that camera down, he's taking a picture.
I thought you were going to impress me today.
No, it's government.
Wow.
There's no use for it. Here we are at Bay the Bird.
Is it Bay the Bird or
Bay the Bird.
Bay the Bird, yeah.
Tell me when I'm getting too close to the door. Here we go.
Wander over the edge of the cliff there.
The boats are lovely down there. Look at the little church down there.
What's that? Oh, yes.
Isn't that cute? I love the little church.
Or a religious bunch.
I hope what we see here can be gathered on the video.
Your hair looks adorable, I love it.
Oh, wait a second. We might have something that's funny here. Where is she? Natalie's worried about her hair. We have to get a picture of this. Everybody in Boston.
Okay.
Look at this dog posing for this picture. My God, he's posing.
Don't do a thing with it.
Here, folks.
Or it's a dog from Newfoundland.
No, it's not Newfoundland.
Let me
It's not
see
a
now.
Newfoundland
That's
dog,
Natalie
but
on
it's
the
a dog
right
from
and Gwen on the left. And here we have the rest of them. This is our lead photographer. You can't see his face. We're now taking another picture of Bay the Bird. I have this thing on infinity. A lot of people back home do not know I speak French, but this is Bay the Bird, which I believe means Bay the Bird. Here's Gwen walking along. Here we are in Old Perlican, on the way to New Perlican. We're going to have a feed. Probably of shrimp. Start. Here, waiting for the band to start. I'm glad you didn't have the car going forward.
So after a concert you'll not want to
But a great big sea washed over he and drowned the Newfoundlander.
Hey Sugar, tell them who we are. Well, we're big rock singers with some fresh water, and we're loved everywhere we go. That sounds like... Georgie are better, but a great big sea washed over he and drowned the Newfoundlander. Hey Sugar, tell them who we are. Well, we're big rock singers with some fresh water, and we're loved everywhere we go. That sounds like us. We sing about beauty and we sing about truth, at $10,000 a show. Right.
I guess I'll go on this late. But tomorrow night, but wait. I see is she walking back? We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We're just warming in fresh water.
That's a minister.
We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We're just performing in fresh water.
See, here we are at Breakfast Fishing Cruise. David's here. Harold's got up and gone. The pan over to Paul and Donna, Gwen. I'll finish Fishing Cruise. It all shows up. So, Aunt Mabel, we wish you were here. Paul's not talking, he's waiting for his food. Looking over Pooch Cove from up by Elvis' house and the head.
I think Paul was enjoying the concert last night because I went down and spoke.
Listen, from the time we got off that ferry before the bath,
Yeah.
he's been enjoying himself. You'll see him back.
Big church, freshwater church built with matchsticks by Will Pitchcock. Now, Mabel, you must know this. That lady in the background is Gwen. Here's Elva and Gwen. They've been here for 2 hours, just talking. This is the road to the church with Gwen, walking back. I think Gwen's getting tired. view of Carpenter from the other side of the town of Carpenter, looking out towards Flat Rock, Freshwater, Blow Me Down, Salmon Cove, Otterberry, Perry's Cove, Adams Cove. I did it again.
You got a little ponytail, haven't you?
This is Billy.
Oh, isn't he
You got
tiny?
Billy?
How much does he weigh?
Oh,
2 pounds?
When we wash him, bathe him, and then he's easy. Like a little rat.
His face is dirty now because
Now, what kind of
just
a
ate.
dog is this?
Yorkshire Terrier.
Yeah, we're
I didn't
What's
realize.
more
Are they all
butts?
that small?
Butts,
They're
butts,
supposed
butts.
to be that small.
This is another Billy butt.
Well, provincial court.
We're inside the oldest provincial courthouse in Canada.
See, the judge used to stay in here. This was his residence at one time. There used to be residents up here too. A long time ago.
One of the judge's chambers with Ben and Mary showing
Built into the
Right into the...
building.
everything. Here we go. The court is now in session. Yes. I have to come before the board.
Charge him.
You're guilty.
Guilty of everything.
Guilty of everything.
Oh my word.
Cheers, and Her Majesty's Benedict. Office window, I looked out and I could see a huge one. It was there for days. It used to come out in the snow and do its thing and get a store of food and take it back in this little tunnel it had made in the snow. But at the time, there was a Crown Attorney.
Now in the jail,
He was getting out.
or the courthouse, with
But there were
Ben
no prisoners
and
that were
Mary.
in stage clothes and all.
I think the camera's starting to run dry.
And so I said, Vincent, will you show me the jail now? Because I wouldn't come in with the prisoners here. They
Still was drying when we dried out his hockey gear.
I'm sorry, Ray.
Oh, there's Mary coming downstairs. Here we are on a Saturday, getting ready for a roast beef dinner. Can you could you people stop moving?
Which way are we going?
We're at the roast beef meal and a family fun night. Strength of the lot. I'm Mabel. We're at the roast beef dinner Saturday night. Having a ball. Wish you were here.
Come out.
What'd they say to you, Ray, when you wanted to get the food? They kicked you out? They kicked the butt out of butt heaven?
Some nerve in
Here we are in butt heaven.
That's not a butt.
Donna, what were you drinking, Donna?
It's starting to act like one, though.
Donna, what were you drinking, Donna?
More food, more food. More food.
More food!
How's your mom up there?
Up here!
Holy shit, look at all these butts. You ever see so many butts in one place? I never did.
How's the food?
Good chance to get rid of them all with one stick of dynamite right here. You getting hungry, Ray?
Starving. Nobody wants to offer me a taste.
Oh, there's
Ray and Gwen at the 2000 reunion, August 5th, in the year 2000. We don't get a chance to record Ray because Ray.
I'm here!
Just shut up.
You got to see her?
I said if she's 90 years old and she's...
I got that, Ray. If you don't erase it, I've got it. Ian, do you have anything to say that's...
right now, Bob. Nothing comes to mind right now.
What?
Nothing comes to mind right now. I'm too hungry. What she wants to say.
I'm not even going to ask my golfing partner whether they
You
go.
might say too much.
And Donna, you have anything to say? Same old, same old? You look good.
She's worried about Jerry's
And I wouldn't have, if I wasn't so honest.
All right, Ray. I'm going to shut this off.
Over here, there's a meal. No one is eating.
Royal hen
we are waiting to get to the church on time. The girls are getting impatient.
the hair dryer.
Should be a big crowd at the church.
Well, they might, because he must go off on day trips.
Yeah, I think they do. This is Carbonea.
They're going to go call Ted Hortons or whatever it is.
Tim Hortons?
Tim Hortons, and have them paged.
They're probably going to pond.
Well, either way, it's like a 15-minute ride to and from. These girls are still waiting. An empty road. Guess who greeted us? Belinda. Here we are recording again. We're inside the United Methodist Church in Freshwater. Just be able to get here in time. Phone's on. Stand in front.
These are a few donations that came in a little bit late. In loving memory of Herbert Courtnall, from Sylvie, Mildred, and Allison. You're still coming in. In loving memory of loved ones, Charles Alvin and Donna Broderick, for the cemetery fund from Doris Broderick, George E. and Janie Bott, it's Jackie, Joanne, Jenny, Jor, grandchildren. Is that right what I just said? Thank you. And they're still coming. In loving memory of William H. Snow and Susie Maud Snow, from Kenneth and Goldie Lynch. In loving memory of William H. and Susie N. Snow, Harold and Francis Snow. In loving memory of George and Janie Bott, from Wilbert and Christina Edison, sorry. In loving memory of George and Janie Bott, from Neil as a congregation. Thank you very much.
You would not believe this church, sir. It is huge. This is near the end, but we're panning around. They must have 300 or 400 people in here.
I'm civilized this morning.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Wait till the sun goes down. Oh, we will protect.
Here we are in 1952 looking at the church in Freshwater. Start of the ceremonies at the new Freshwater Cemetery.
Parade will advance. Left, turn. Color party, order, color.
pictures. Just panning around, showing the number of people that have been in attendance. At the end of Shoe Cove, I'll be taking pictures going back up the other way. And here we are looking up the road from the water.
Narrating.
Gwen has a camera now and she's going to be panning down towards this house that's built into the rocks. We don't know who lives there.
We can't go over there because it's the, you get the car and...
Well, shut it off. You might see that. Going to pan around, look at this house over here. Nobody's living in it. And just to give you an idea of the size of this place, pan back up to where the car is. We're down as far as we can go down Shoe Cove. There's that picturesque scene over here. Now shooting a scene up the bay. I hope this comes out showing you. Yeah.
No smoking sign. No, isn't that cute?
On the hill, taking a picture of Shoe Cove again. Here we are, Paul is driving in the rain again on the dirt road going out of Shoe Cove. We are now headed for Lassie in the rain with Paul
And Donna.
driving the car.
How long is it?
This is at the end of the path to a place called Lassie Beach, or Lassie Beach, or Rocky Beach, or there's nobody here except us chickens.
Paul, did you get a good picture of this umbrella?
Yeah.
There's a path going up. I need the camera on that. To the inner harbor at Lassie. You can see a trawler going out, probably a scalloper. Looks like Paul is, that's Paul's boat. He bought a boat. And Betty is up on that hill, the White House, where we're going. For lunch. A light lunch, I hope.
Wait.
Camera shy. No, he isn't. Here he comes.
We can get it I'm not going to give it away.
Bonnie's gone.
I'm not desperate to sell
No,
it.
come and see if Bonnie's gone.
Go see if
And Marietta.
Yeah, that's right. You pronounced it. You're good.
Come and see if Bonnie's gone.
Come here.
No, honey.
Bye, Barney. See you
Bye,
tomorrow.
Bonnie.
Lucas, look at the camera,
Say bye,
Lucas.
Barney. See you tomorrow.
Say hi.
And it's working again. This is Lucas.
Say my name is.
Here we are at Betty's house.
I gotta show her.
Hi.
And what's your name?
Brandon Raymond Ricks Foster.
Very good.
Ray those.
And here's Bob and his wife Marietta.
Hi, Aunt Mabel. Hi, Karen. Carolyn.
Yes, we please say a word to Aunt Mabel.
Hi, Aunt Mabel. Say hi, Aunt Mabel.
Hi, Aunt Mabel.
Tell her who you are.
I am Brandon Raymond Rick's foster again.
Okay, now.
Lucas, say hi to the
Hi,
camera.
Mabel.
Come here.
I'd love to see you now. Like Karen and Carolyn.
you are.
And you know what these two are?
They're
So
looking at old
transplanted Newfoundlanders.
Yeah, all right to everyone.
Here's the one that's stealing the show.
There he is.
Hi, camera.
Hi, Karen.
Say hi, Aunt Mabel. Say hi, Aunt Mabel.
Oh, that's cute.
and then you'll be big.
Say hi, Karen and Carolyn. There they go. Carolyn.
Say hi to Aunt Mabel.
Here we are with Bob and Marietta's beautiful house.
Really? Nice. Very nice.
Thank you, Marietta.
You're welcome.
Panning around to see where Betty is.
I'm pressing the ring.
Hi, Aunt Mabel.
Does it say record?
No.
Should say
Yes,
record.
yeah.
Okay.
All
Hi,
right.
Aunt Mabel.
Having a great time down
Mabel,
here.
we're having a wonderful time. Can't wait to get back to see you and show you these pictures.
Here we are, overlooking God's beauty. We're looking down, 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 down. There we go. They're still working here.
The lighthouse is right on the front of that. Carefully. You made it. It's crazy, aren't they?
This is one of the most picturesque places in Newfoundland. Look how deep this is. This is deep. My God, this is deep. I'm getting vertigo.
I normally do.
Getting dizzy. Beautiful. Well, no, it's not Gwen. Gwen walked in front of the camera. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, we came out just to take a few photos. I know. A couple days ago.
Now, those, I saw a couple those lobster traps up there. You see those? Yeah.
Look at them. I don't know what they got there.
There's
Oh, isn't that cold? Minus
daughter
42.
Carol.
How much is it?
Here we are at Marcy's Robinson's, talking with Donna and Marcy.
And he had a picture of the schooner.
Panning over to
Because when
Aunt
he
Vange,
came
who
here,
was
he had the
intently
picture
interested in this
put
conversation.
away in his car, and he went out and got everything out until he found the boat house with a room in it.
Gwen?
So he would go in and just have his tools there and carve and just be at the boats. And he also brought a sure here.
Okay.
In this world.
Tell
I seen her picture, and she just couldn't. Well, I seen you your picture, and you're just as good looking as ever.
We are out back, Robinson's plantation, viewing the pool they just built. Can't stay too long because it's pouring. Client is raiding the refrigerator. Let's see what he's going to pick up in here.
Can you guess?
Oh my, word, he's going after fruit.
What do you want? What do you want? And I'll get it for you. much food here, boy.
I have a lot of battery juice in this thing. I can wait until you see.
Be here a while, then. We'll get lots of battery juice, yes.
Oh, there's Marcy again, still working.
Still working.
Brian's off the hook. Trying to get him when he moves. We're headed back towards Port of Ass today. Get the ferry to Nova Scotia, but we're looking at Woody Point, Trout River, in Newfoundland. What a beautiful spot. Donna wanted to come down here, and well worth coming. Here are the three vagabonds. We're in Grossmorn. We're going to take a walk down to the fjords to take a look at the boat ride. On the left is Gwen, in the middle is Donna and Paul on the right. There they are. These people are walking very slowly. They're tired. On Grossmorn, down where the fjords grow. All right.
Come on, kids, let's go. Brantford, Brooklyn.
This is the Western Pond. Windy. Just panning around. Loading of the ferry to Nova Scotia. We've had an excellent trip to Newfoundland.
Require boarding assistance should notify the ticket office at this time. Operators of recreational vehicles are reminded that valves on propane tanking.
Showing you the full length of the caribou. I'll be loading in about 10 minutes. Trucks. We're now going on the homeward trip from Newfoundland to Nova Scotia. We're going to be swallowed up by this white thing in front of us. There we go. Here we are.
Why not?
Parlez-vous français?
Oui. Mais il y en a seulement quelques-uns qui parlent français.
Quelques-uns?
Here's Gwen headed towards the bar, to a restaurant. Panning down the quay, Fort Louisburg. A lovely restored, historic part of Canada. This is Cousin Paul. I don't know where Donna is.
she is. Still in St. Louis.
Mabel, who's 92.
Wait. No. Go ahead now.
Okay. Hello, Aunt Mabel. Happy 92nd year.
Very good. Thank you. Outside on the deck. Film crew is going on the 4 provinces with a tourism film. Here's Gwen eating all the bread. Here we are, somewhere on the Marine Drive, waiting for the ferry to come in. We're taking the long route to get to Halifax today. I'll pan up and show you the cars that are lined up, ready to get the ferry.
What are we going to be?
Huh?
Are we going to be a cash fare truck?
They'll tell you.
Exceeding 1 ton?
Yeah, they'll tell you. We're on the right road now. Can't go wrong on this road. We're on the ferry headed across naturally to the other side. Where? I have no idea. It's a beautiful day. We're having a ball.
We're in no rush.
A beer, and a shot of whiskey, and cookies. Great.
What more could you ask for?
And here's Gwen. Ooh. I'll try my little fade off.
What do you suppose is going on up there with all those, what are those, markers and all that?
Dangerous territory. Shut up.
You went off. Here we are. Donna's going up to the lighthouse in Peggy's Cove. And there goes Gwen. We're focusing on a Vermonter at Peggy's Cove. She doesn't know we're here. Here comes Paul, waving. He is tired from too much of the tourist. Oh, he's got his golf swing back. Final look at Peggy's Cove on a Sunday afternoon, or Sunday. Just panning around at Peggy's Cove. Outside the shopping center, or gift shop, where Donna just came out.
That's $1.50. Huh?
And here's Donna talking about a good price they got. We are now at Annapolis Royal, looking at the fine display of flora. Here's a beautiful view of more flora, a little fauna.
They're so pretty.
You want to say something to Aunt Mabel?
Hi, Aunt Mabel. We're having a wonderful time. We can't wait to get home and show you all these pictures. This is beautiful Annapolis Royal Public Garden. It's gorgeous.
You've been blacked out.
I must have 36.
There's the flora and the fauna.
What?
There's the flora and the fauna.
Huh?
Taking time to smell the roses.
Yes.
Where are we? Annapolis Royal?
Yeah. Backyard showing Paul and Donna around. Donna's admiring our roses. Gwen has just completed showing Paul and Donna our beautiful yard.
You're gone.
We're on the road to Parsboro, taking pictures of the sounds. This is the Bay of Fundy in Parsboro. Beautiful, beautiful country. Tide's coming in, the tidal bore, and all that sort of stuff.